Welcome to a short preview of this Screencasts Online video tutorial. As you probably know, I'm a great fan of keyboard shortcuts to improve productivity. The more you can do without your hands leaving the keyboard, the more productive you can be. Now, we recently did a tip on customizing the Finder, but one of the most common interactions we have with the Finder is via the Open and Save dialog box. Now let's use Preview as an example. Now let's say we've been working on this particular image and we want to save it in a different location to the location that we opened it from. Now we can do that, of course, from the File menu, and we can use the Option key. And instead of Save, we also have Save As. If I release the Option key, that changes to Duplicate, but if I press it, we have Save As. There is also a keyboard shortcut, Option, Shift, Command, and S. So let's go ahead and use that. I'll hit the Escape key. Shift, Option, Command, S. And that gives us the File Save As box. Now there are certain common locations you might want to jump to without taking your hands from the keyboard, and these equate to the Go commands or the Go keyboard shortcuts in the Finder itself. So for instance, if I wanted to change to, well, let's say my desktop, I could use Shift Command D, and that will change the destination to the desktop. If I wanted to change, say, to my home folder, I could use Shift Command H, takes me to my home folder. If I want to go to my Downloads folder, Option, Command, and L. And then back to Documents, which is Shift, Command, O. Now, as well as changing location using keyboard shortcuts, I can also change the view as well. Currently, we're in column view, but Command 2 will change us to list view, and Command 1 will take us to icon view. Let's go back to column view, which is my preferred view. So Command 3. Now I could use the Tab key to tab across all the elements, but at this point I would tend to select something using my cursor. So let's select Images. If I wanted to create a new folder within my Images folder, I can use the standard Shift Command N, and that will enable me to create a new folder. Now if I wanted to explore this location further in the Finder, let's say I don't really want to save it at this point, I want to have a look around or perhaps create a more complex folder structure, I could at this point, with new folder selected, hit Command R, and that will open up the Finder, and I can go in and have a look at this location independently, perhaps create a hierarchy of folders or do some maintenance on the folders contained within this structure. But let's not do that now. I'll close that down. Now, if you really want to supercharge your Open and Save dialog boxes, I would recommend that you get a copy of Default Folder X. Now, I covered this back in episode 0545. It's a superb app and it adds so much functionality to the standard macOS open and close dialogues. I've just downloaded and installed it just to give you a quick flavor, but go ahead and check out episode 0545 for an in-depth look at Default Folder X. But just to give you an example, if I now hit Shift Option Command S, to bring up the Save As dialog box, you'll see that we have a whole host of new icons down the side. You can assign keyboard shortcuts to these if you want. That's just a quick preview of one of this week's Apple-related tutorials from Screencasts Online. Screencasts Online is your premium source of Apple-related video tutorials. All of our members get access to brand new, up-to-date tutorials each week, as well as unlimited access to our entire video archive full of Mac and iOS related tutorials. You can stream and download all of our videos on your Mac, iPad and iPhone, and even your Apple TV using the members-only Screencasts Online Apple TV app. Membership also includes a complimentary subscription to the digital Screencasts Online monthly magazine, published each month and packed with videos, articles, reviews, as well as hints and tips covering all aspects of the Mac, iPad, iPhone, and all of the other fantastic Apple products. So, if you're ready to start getting the most out of your Apple devices, visit ScreenCastsOnline.com today and become a Screencasts Online member.